Ladies and gentlemen, I am catching two celebrities in the formation skydiving competition world in a very interesting situation. They're talking like competitors to each other, or coaches, or a combination of both, or whatever it is. David Grauwels, Pete Allum, and I just saw them actually preparing for round 5.
Yeah, for tomorrow morning.
And this young man here, David, he was telling this young man here, Pete Allum, what to do. Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Also,
Yeah.
and what an honor it is to have David as my coach. That's all I can say.
The same thing goes for me actually. I'm very pleased to eventually tell Pete what to do.
Yeah. Finally.
It took a few years.
Yeah. I saw so many mistakes and I was thinking, one of these days I will be able to do that.
Yeah. How did it happen?
Well, I think if I can start, I think what my biggest job is actually to release Pete of his job, because what Pete I think does not want is actually being the voice of the team, running it while he's actually competing as well. I think what my job is. That overview of the team. I don't need to tell Pete how to fly, but I think my guidance for the team releases his pressure. I think that's the main reason why I'm present.
Yeah, we talked about this in our previous conversation. Is it now becoming a reality the way you were hoping for? I mean, it has.
It's amazing. It feels like such a pleasurable way to go about it. You know, I can really focus on my flying, my brain work, and it's just wonderful to have an outside view. So yeah, I'm enjoying that process.
No, I think it's that helicopter view that I think any team wants. That releases also the pressure from the athlete within. No matter how many years of experience that you have, if somebody else takes that responsibility, then you can just, like Pete just mentioned, that you can focus on your performance. And I think that's my main job, helping Meraki.
And you do it really well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Great, lovely to hear that. How you picked Dave and not Solly or Gary or anybody else is there? What made the choice?
This gentleman's got a pretty good history about it.
Yeah, not too bad. Huh?
I think Dave's demeanor. He's very calm, real balanced. I'm not saying the other guys would be different, but I'm really enjoying working with Dave. I've actually worked quite a bit with Solly and Gary, and I think the view that Dave has is it suits the team very well as well. Dave has a history of working with the other people on the team as well. So I just think everything kind of dovetails together quite nicely.
Well, now you don't have any time any longer to help your own team. You're still the alternate there. Camera, alternate, everything, right?
I'm athlete starting from next week. So at the moment, I'm just the head of delegation for Belgium.
Okay.
And I'm helping a few teams here. And for Hayabusa, I'm lending them my experience. But I'm trying not to intervene too much, because I feel that Neil needs to make his own mistakes and learn from them, and I'm just there whenever they ask my opinion. But I'm not giving it, because I don't want to be I don't want to give Neil the sensation that I'm looking down on him. I want him to fail, so we can build him and actually make him better.
And they seem to be doing great without you.
Well, even better. That's why I think. But I can understand that it looks strange. But for us as a team itself, we just need to make sure that the process is a process. You need to go through the valleys and to the peaks and whatever, and ride the different roller coasters, because that's the only way to become stronger. It's not now that we're focusing. We're focusing for a longer period.
If I could add something just from the outside, I think this is a wonderful opportunity for Hayabusa. I mean, Hayabusa have not been in this position for decades.
Yeah.
And now to have that, because any good dynasty has to fall at some point in time, and in order to get better.
Yeah.
And this is the rebuilding process right now.
I think it was your words. We kind of need to look at it as a trampoline. So the moment when you fall down, like you fail, that rebounds actually makes you so much better. It's a trampoline effect that we're now trying to gain.
And it is amazing. Let's talk about Hayabusa for a minute here. I mean, do you have the same feeling that they are actually, they are making steep progress?
Let me say, it's not steep. There is progression, but it's not steep. It's less steep than what it was, for example, with Michele. I think we've discussed that process already. But it's just we need to get through a few steps. The worst thing is, and I mean that's the reality. We're going to lose Neil for the next 3 months. It's not going to make the situation even better. But on the other hand, it's just like I explained. I will be an athlete again starting from next week. I will try to make Michele feel as comfortable as possible, so that we at least has 3 guys on their position to make Neil even more stronger. Instead of actually having 2.5. Not that I consider Mike as a half, but he's still in that process of also learning his slot as well. And I'm gonna contribute as much as I can for that, starting from next week.
So what's the future of Meraki and your relationship as in your roles there with Meraki?
Yeah, we are using this competition. The last time we all saw each other was the UK Nationals a couple of months ago. We all split our separate ways. The goal was to come here, not little expectations, to enjoy a competition together and discuss the future. Personally, I hope that we can continue in this current lineup with Dave as our coach as well. That would be pretty much my dream scenario.
Well, I mean, it's not a joke, or there's no. The longer that the team stays together, eventually the better it will become. The longer you can keep your work together, the better eventually you will become. So my gain is to give them as many information as possible, and eventually the fruit you will put the fruit from the tree anyway. So the longer you can stay together, the better.
We have another UK Nationals coming up at the end of the year. So we Indoor. We have 2 indoor nationals this year. So let us discuss our process together. We haven't done that yet, but that would be a good scenario.
Well, just mentioning it is already kind of
Pushing
promising.
it in the right direction.
Carefully in the right direction. Yeah. So I'm sure that you, with all the experience and you know the whole what's going on there. Let's move away from Meraki topic and look at the situation on the leaderboards. What do you see there? I mean, I'm sure you're following it.
Well, I see a very strong airspeed lineup, what I expected, and I see a very nice result from the French. However, the flying style, I'm not a fan. Flying wise, I'm not a fan, but that's my own opinion. I think they have the speed, but they're having a lack. I mean, let's say they're too eager on grips. I think they will do better when they can separate 2 parts. Separate the speed and separate the technique. Work on them both, but not together on the French. Yeah. So at the moment, I see what I see, and I'm not 100% a fan. And I think they can do better. So they're very much a very dangerous opponent in the next few years to come.
Well,
more than I expected.
That is only the indoor team, right? So that's
well, I'm talking about the team that is actually performing now on the 2nd place here.
Yeah, but that's not the outdoor team.
Yeah,
that's only.
But we're only talking about. You talked about the leaderboard here.
Sorry. Because just thinking about the future, I think they will be done after after this meet here.
Yeah, raw speed, you can see it, and actually there's flying talent there, but the discipline is on the grip taking, as you say.
You see that too?
Oh yeah, I mean, I just came out the tunnel on that last round, and I hadn't had a chance to see before, but I got to see Espin and that French team back to back, so it was really good to see the differences.
So if they can separate the technique and the speed, separate it, 2 different ways of training, super dangerous. But if they do the mix of what they do right now, I see a lot of faults in the next few rounds to come. I can see that happening.
Oh, that we will still see here. what about, did you follow the other events too? I mean, you're involved with
I'm doing a
Pitaraka,
female.
right?
Yeah, I'm going for the Pitaraka team also in the female category. I think they're doing a great job. I think the flying style I really enjoy. They're actually technically wise better than speed wise, and that's why they're trying to run away from their opponents. The only thing what I would like to change for Pitaraka is actually getting them more on speed, getting the speed up. But technique they have, and there's such a great friendship within that team that no matter where they are or what they do, it's going to be awesome anyway. But from a coaching point of view, if I can also lift up that speed setting, then I think they would be also very dangerous for second place.
And the juniors, do we see the same philosophy or anything in the French juniors? You know, we have the Czech juniors, and you've been working with the Czech juniors.
It's been a while now, actually. It's been a while. I think I haven't been with them now in the last 3 years. I mean, I've been busy traveling, and I think Geza is doing a great job helping them out. So I don't think they really need me anymore. I kind of guided them in the start, in the beginning. So I'm not super involved anymore. Flying style, I haven't seen the French, but I assume it's kind of the same as what the female team is doing, and the same what the open team is doing. It's the same mentality for the whole French lineup.
It's an interesting situation on those two leaderboards. It's Czech against Czech Republic versus France.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that the Czech Republic as a country would win 2 gold medals in formation skydiving competition?
Well, they've been putting the work in over the years. I mean, as David said it right at the very beginning, you know, you put the time in, you get the results, and they have a big delegation here, right? I mean, there's a very strong culture that's been built around that tunnel in Prague. People like Geza, you know, people like the younger flyers when the Hurricane Factory first started. I think they really pushed.
And he's producing new and next generation.
Well, I think the open category can be very happy that the females stay in the female category. I think because I think if they would also mix up, then the top 3 teams, top 4, maybe the top 5 teams would have a problem.
Well,
at the moment.
I know where there will be a leaderboard of the whole thing.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not over yet, but I think
place as well.
it's all about priorities.
Yeah.
If you want, you can win gold in female, or you can be top 3 in open maybe. And then it's just a matter of which medal do you prefer.
Yeah, and we've had that same thing in the UK, right?
But it's amazing because, you know, it's not US, it's France is involved in those two, but you know, there's a new powerhouse. Thanks, Pete. There's a new powerhouse, and we have those kind of, there's the Qatar powerhouse, you know, who are working hard on being a big part of formation skydiving competition. We have Czech Republic now, so it's not only Russia, USA, France any longer. There's new fresh blood coming from otherwhere.
Isn't that a good thing? I think it's a super thing.
Yeah.
Especially for a discipline that's been around for a long time. You know, we need those that push.
Okay, I think we're going to leave it right there.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for your
Visiting
work.
the NSL office in Charleroi.
Yeah.